called Leicester's Film Club. This year, it's their 4th year, and they bring people together, essentially, for the love of films. It kind of says it on the tin, doesn't it, really? Nathan is from the club and joins us in the studio. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Tell us about the Leicester Film Club, then.
Yeah, so I've always been a huge film fan, and I've visited other film clubs around the country. There's lots of film clubs in Nottingham and Birmingham around the Midlands, but we didn't really have one in Leicester. So after the pandemic, I thought it was a good chance to share my love of film and get people out of the house and get people back together again.
So how does it work?
So I just pick a program of films, and then I show them through the year. At the moment, we're based at the Firebug, and we show films upstairs there, and try and kind of enhance it a little bit. So we show vintage trailers. Sometimes we have quizzes and stalls and different things as well. But it's about screening films that don't usually get shown, and also talking about them and putting them in context so people can learn a bit more about film as an art form.
Give me an idea of some of the films you show them.
So the last one, we just did one on Sunday. We showed Coffee from 1973, a Pam Grier film. So at the moment, we're doing a 70 season. So I'm showing
What was it about? And if you say coffee, I'm just going to run away.
No, so it's what's known as a blaxploitation film. It's a film that was made in the 1970s for a predominantly black audience in America. It's an action revenge film. Next up, we've got Enter the Dragon, which is obviously a kung fu movie. So it's often they are older films, but we've just been invited to start showing films over at the Showcase as well in their Directors Hall. So in a month's time, on the 12th of April, we're actually going to be showing Clue, the 1985 Tim Curry film, based on Cluedo the game, and it's kind of a madcap murder mystery, and they really want to get involved, and they've said we can dress up and have themed drinks and music and props for people to take photos with and everything. So that's actually the next thing that's coming up, and it's a big step up for us, having something in a big screen in a big cinema.
It's quite a thing, isn't it? This kind of this play along, sing along, get involved with films has become quite a thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's got streaming services at home, so they're all paying for those. So it's very easy for people just to stay at home and have lots of films right there for them to watch. So to get them to come out, we try and make it more of a social experience, something that little bit extra than just staying at home. And there's a magic to lots of people together watching one screen rather than everyone on their own little screens at home, and that's what we try and bring.
So look, the way the clubs you do, it's not like you join, I don't think, is it? It's not like it's got a membership. You just put the films out and people rock up. Yeah,
that's correct. There are film clubs where you do have an annual membership, but we just do it on a film by film basis. You just buy the tickets to the films that you want to see. We do get a lot of regulars, but everybody's welcome as long as it's within the age rating of the film that we're showing. We just want everyone to just come down and enjoy watching the film together.
Do people have input into what films there are, or is that down to you?
No, we have done.
My club, you're watching my film.
So this is the thing. You can, as a programmer, you can either go audience-led and kind of pick films that you know people are going to come and see. And I've done that before. You show something like Predator or With Nail and Eye, you know everyone's going to come. And sometimes you want to show stuff that you want to share and maybe that doesn't get seen very often. And that's more of a risk. So Coffee at the weekend was more of a risk, but 30 people in Leicester turned up to come and see that film and learn about the history of that movie. It is hard to get that balance sometimes.
How did you get into it?
So I've just always been a film fan, and so my day job is I run a martial arts school, and I've had that for about Leicester Shoot Fighters team for 25 years. But that's in the evenings, and in the day I'm kind of free, and I get a bit bored, so I tend to run stuff. So I ran the first Comic-Con that was in Leicester. I ran Leicester HorrorCon, and then the film club as well. I just love pop culture stuff, and I love to run events around that.
It's an amazing thing to do. I think it really is. I love the fact that you've taken it from just enjoying film to actually enabling it to enjoy with other people. And as you say, you mentioned With Nail and stuff, actually seeing it on a bigger screen is because you sort of become used to seeing it on your phone or on the telly, but seeing it on a proper bigger screen with a bunch of people is amazing. It sort of refreshes it somehow.
Oh, it makes all the difference. Even the timing on things as well. When films were made to be seen on the big screen, they play better with the crowd because there's moments where people are laughing and then that spreads through the room, or somebody gasps and that spreads through the room. Sometimes when you watch an older film at home, it can seem a little bit slow or differently paced to newer films. But I find that when you watch it with a crowd, it really changes the atmosphere.
So when they were editing, they were literally leaving a bit of air, a bit of space in it for the audience to react.
Oh, there are films that are definitely that. If you watch the Marx Brothers films, because they worked on vaudeville on stage, there are gaps in the film there for people to laugh because they never considered that someone would be able to watch it at home is only to be seen with a crowd, you know.
It's amazing. I think it's fascinating. I love the breadth of stuff that you do. If somebody's listening to this and thinking, well, I'm up for that, I guess you're a friendly bunch. How will they find you online and so on?
The best thing is social media. So we're Leicester Film Club. It might come up as We Don't Talk About Film Club, but you can find us on Instagram.
Swear I did that.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook, or just email us, leicesterfilmclub@gmail.com.
It's great to see you. I love clubs. I really do. I think clubs are fantastic. There is a club for everything and anything. I mentioned yesterday we were talking about stuff people didn't know about each other. Andrew Fuster, our producer, is whittling. There will be a whittling club somewhere. He's whittling a nativity scene, which is a genius thing. And I said, I love, this is crazy, collecting, fixing old paraffin lamps. It's a very weird thing to do. There is a blooming club for that.
That is a niche club.
And you're not kidding, it's niche. And everybody's very passionate about it. What do you mean you're doing it with that? But you know what I mean? There is a club for that. Weird. It's great to see you. It really is. Good luck. Keep in touch with us. Maybe we could do something together. It would be a really cool thing to do.
I would love that. Thank you for having me in.
Later on in the year. Thank you. That's Nathan from the Leicester Film Club. And as I said, you'll find all the details online, but just don't talk about it.